special occasion, grab the champagne, or you know what? It's a Tuesday and you feel like doing something special. This is from Kansas City Steak Company, and what you're looking at is filet mignon. Yes, you are. You're looking at silky, flavorful, juicy, tender. This is what everybody orders when they go into a steakhouse, filet mignon. From Kansas City Steak Company, each one of those is 2 ounces, but let me share with you exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about 5 pounds of filet mignon as our today's special value. Just in the beginning of April, just in time for all of your entertaining. For the big occasions, the small occasions, or a random Tuesday or Wednesday, you're gonna receive 16 2-ounce filet mignon medallions, wet aged for 28 days. They're gonna be packed in a series of 4 in individual vacuum sealed bags. And then you're also receiving 3 pounds, 1, 2, 3 pounds of the filet mignon tenderloin tips. Now I will share with you that the medallions were actually Customer Choice Award winners for Best Entertaining Item for 2024. But this 5 pounds, think about the math on this. Under $100 for 5 pounds of filet mignon. Just PS, that's 24-ounce servings. That means a 4-ounce petite filet is $5 a serving. Not what you're seeing on your screen, because if you were purchasing these separately, the 3 pounds of the tenderloin tips, $83. The 16 2-ounce medallions, $75. You'd be looking at a check of $159.08 right now in this moment, $99.98, 4 easy payments of $22.50, and free shipping and handling. Here's what you're letting us know, and I'm gonna walk over to Chef Ralph Pallarino. You're letting us know, when do you want it? Do you want it right now? Would you like to have it April 21st or May 5th? Here's the story though. I encourage you to lock in auto delivery, because I'll say again, you're getting 20 4-ounce servings, $5 a serving for filet mignon, like you find in those steakhouse restaurants, from a brand that is one of our longest brands here at QVC, but has been serving fine steakhouse restaurants across the nation since the 30s. So you know a little bit something about filet mignon, and we're really excited that it's back, because by the way, if you bought last year's tenderloin tips today's special value from Kansas City, your auto delivery is running out. It's time to re-up. And when you lock in this price and this easy pay, and you lock in this today's special value, we're gonna send you another order every 90 days. And guess what that means? That means in 2026, you're paying 2025 prices. And I will tell you, Ralph,
yes,
more than half of the people who are purchasing our today's special value are locking in auto delivery, because you're smart and you understand that the price of meat goes up and down, and actually, I don't know when it goes down. It just goes up and up and up and up and up, and we're gonna lock it in for you, and every single time, you're gonna save $58, actually $59. So Chef Ralph Pallarino, welcome on in.
Yeah,
Thank you for bringing this to us.
Yeah.
I set it up a little bit with, of course, it's filet mignon, but let us, as a chef, you obviously served in restaurants. Why is it that people love filet mignon? Let's start there.
Well, first of all, it's the most approachable steak on the planet, because it's tender, it's juicy, it's got no fat on it, and people love it because it's lean and it cooks fast, right? And you're tasting, we always like to say it's the mouthfeel, right? You cannot compare this with any other steak on the cattle because of how juicy it is. And we put together this offer because it's easy to cook. You do not have to be a chef.
We're gonna start with the 2-ounce filet mignon medallions. We're calling them medallions because each one of them will consistently be 2 ounces. The tips are simply more irregularly shaped. So here's a medallion.
That's right.
What am I seeing here?
Okay, so let me push this aside. So this is 1 2-ounce center cut filet mignon. I like to call it almost like a baby filet mignon. Now these are 2 ounces. So if you're gonna go with the medallions, for example, okay, this is more like center of the plate. You know exactly what you're getting. They're easy to cook. And again, you could do whatever you want with these. You put them on a salad, you put them on shish kebabs, center of the plate. It's that easy.
What temperature would you say that is? So when
that
people
is
say
a
medium,
that's
well,
a medium.
That's a medium.
Right, so,
that's actually what I love. I love a medium when it comes to filet mignon. When Bertie and I go out to dinner, filet mignon always, you know, I'm always wanting a little bit of a medium. By the way, a medium petite filet, when I went to a steakhouse recently, I think was like $83. That was for one.
Yeah.
That was for one 4-ounce serving of filet mignon at a fancy steakhouse. here, right now, we're sending you 5 pounds of filet mignon, separated with those little medallions. 2 of those, right? That's
here.
a 4-ounce serving.
Yeah.
That's $5 when you do the math on what our opportunity is.
So
that's
this,
$5.
Right. So this is a petite filet mignon, 4 ounces. Now, if we want to make that 6. 1, 2, 3. That's a 6-ounce filet mignon. But it's cut up in 2-ounce increments. So A, it cooks faster.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Cut a little piece for me, will you?
Want a little piece? Yeah.
Yep, cut a little piece for me.
Okay.
And it cooks faster.
There you go.
Super easy.
Yep.
That's a bigger TV piece than I want to get.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Now, well, look at
yeah, fork tender.
Fork tender. She
See
just
how
cut
I was able
that
to cut
with,
right through that?
Yeah.
Fork tender, and here's what we're gonna do with it. So you've got some ideas of what we're gonna do with it because this is just the medallion. I'd love for you to call us. We're at 1-800-395-1601. If you locked in the Kansas City Steak Today Special Value last year, you actually are running out of your auto delivery. And so right now it's time to lock in another order, lock in that auto delivery, and then you've leveled off a bill for your entire year of, yes, you've got filet mignon coming home to you, 20 servings, $5 per 4-ounce serving of filet mignon. All you're doing is letting us know, do you want it immediate, the week of April 21st, or the week of May 5th? Getting it right now, you've got it in time for your Easter entertaining that you might be having. Maybe you've got recitals happening, graduations that are happening, or any random Wednesday that you want to do. You're going to do it right now. 1-800-395-1601 is our phone number. You know, it just makes cooking so much easier. So whether or not it's on top of a salad, whether it happens to be in a little fajita, whether you're doing it for kebabs, maybe you're making some chili, maybe you're actually just doing a little bit of filet mignon and a veg. It's as easy as that. Yeah. We did the medallions. Remember, you get 16 2-ounce medallions. They'll come in packs of 4. Vacuum sealed. Now we're going to tips. What's the difference between a medallion and a tip?
Okay, from a steak standpoint is exactly the same, okay? The only difference between the tips and the medallions, the tips are mismatched, different sizes.
Got it.
So if you're kind of going for exactly X amount of ounces per meat, you go with the medallions. If you're just looking to have some fun and you want some protein, as you can see here, and I'll show you on the board, here's 3 of those tips, all different sizes, right? Here's a little bit of a small one, but you see how they're all different sizes.
So the tips are kind of like when you're being a renegade. You don't, it doesn't have to be so pretty center of the plate. The tips are like, you know what? I want to have filet mignon. I want filet mignon in my tacos and my fajitas. I want filet mignon on top of my pasta. I want to make it, you know, some sort of a chili or a stew.
Right.
That's the tip moment.
Yeah, you're not looking for a specific temperature. You're actually looking for a recipe. For example, now, let's go through. So this is some stew. Now, we all know that when you make a stew, you unfortunately use inexpensive cuts of meat, and they take 3 hours to break down and become tender.
Now you don't have to.
In this case, you don't have to. You take some tips, you saute them up, and you make your stew. Within 30 minutes, fork tender stew.
Wow, and then what next do you have over here?
Oh,
the
I have
bolognese.
a nice bolognese.
Yeah.
So all I did was take my about 5 or 6 of the tips, I put them in my KitchenAid, I pulse them, I create filet ground beef. And this is what you get. You could put this on noodles or maybe some zucchini noodles. It's that simple.
You know what I love? I love, Chef Ralph, is that we're able to bring you something that everyone wants, everyone desires. As I mentioned, I got a petite filet at the steakhouse. I think it was like $89. This is $99, and it's not one meal. It's actually 20, because if you come on over here and I share with you exactly what you're getting, it's a total of 5 pounds of filet mignon. You're gonna receive 16 2-ounce medallions. Each one is 2 ounce. They'll come in packages of 4. So this is packaged in 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's a half a pound of filet mignon. You'll receive 4 of those. And then up top, you're gonna receive 3 1-pound packages of the tips. They come like this. What's gonna arrive in your home will actually be 2 Kansas City steak boxes that look like this. Here, you've got the tips. Underneath, you've got the medallions. We're not charging you $159.08. You're saving $59 with every single order. 4 easy payments of $25. You've got it on free shipping and handling. The reason I say lock this in right now is that auto delivery means that every 90 days you get another 5 pounds. 20 servings that are 4-ounce servings, $5 a piece. That's a filet mignon for basically the drive-through price of a burger. Maybe, depending upon which drive-through you happen to be going to. So each one of the medallions, which was voted by you, our customer, as the best entertaining item, 2 ounces, that's the pretty center of plate. You've got a recital, you've got a retirement party, you've got graduation coming up, you want to do center of the plate. The tips are just like, I'm being a gunslinger in the kitchen. I want really good quality meat, and I want it to go in everything that I have. $99.98, $25 on that Easy Pay, free shipping and handling. I will share with you right now that the auto delivery from the May 5th shipment is flying out of here. But I recommend that you do auto delivery for every single shipment. You'll save $59 with every single shipment. You've also just controlled the prices of your protein for a year.
Look at that. And by the way, you said, you know, kind of being whimsical with the tips and not feeling guilty.
Correct.
Because you would never buy a big expensive filet mignon and start cutting it up. So look at this. You kind of started this. So I'm just using a fork. Look at that. Fork tender, not even trying.
Look at that. Taking it up. Yep.
Because again, it's so tender that it just melts in your mouth. And again, people who have dexterity issues and they just don't feel like cutting and sawing their meat, this is perfect. So where do these come from?
You're going to tell us, but I'm enjoying that bite.
Yes.
Right? Which, again, you have the juiciness, silky, flavorful, none of the, sometimes a gristle, if you're eating a steak that isn't really well done, it's a little too fatty for me. I mean, I do filet mignon because I don't want to be cutting through something that is like, I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Yeah, exactly.
And other people are like, oh, that's the most flavorful part. And I'm like, no. I want just pure, beautiful filet mignon. Okay, you're going to share with us where this comes from.
Yes, exactly. Oh, and by the way, you know what I love about the tips too is surface area. For some reason, the tips, they crisp up really good because of how they're shaped. So that's just something to think about. Okay, so where does it come from?
We're going to head on over here.
All right. Okay.
We're going to do a little Butcher Shop 101.
Okay, so this is the tenderloin. So when people say filet mignon is the cut of beef, okay? It's cut from the tenderloin. And what happens is we start the center here. That's where those center cut fillets come from. The tenderloin, immediately after this, starts to taper down. And as soon as that happens, we grab those 2-ounce filet medallions.
Got it.
Okay? Then it continues to taper down dramatically. And on the tail and the wing is where we harvest the tips.
Got it.
Simple as that.
Easy. So
filet mignon.
it's still the same piece of meat. So over 750 of you have already completed your purchase. You've checked out. You're like, absolutely, Rachel. It's grilling season. It's hang out in the backyard with your friends season. It's let me put something on the grill. Let me put something on the griddle. Let's have something that's really fun and tasty. We've already done the salad. We're doing some filet mignon medallions with some mushrooms in here. Over there, we've got the filet mignon and a beautiful piece of salmon. Maybe you're doing the breakfast, like, you know, the beautiful filet mignon and some sunny side up eggs and some fruit you're seeing, or the kebabs, because you've got a whole host of people that you're going to entertain. It's summertime and you're not skimping. You're going to give them the best of the best. Now come on over here with me because I want to remind you about auto delivery. And I want to share with you why we're so thrilled and privileged to be able to offer you auto delivery. I want to share with you that you're going to save $59 4 times if you lock into the auto delivery. If I do quick math, a little under $240 maybe, because every single time your order comes, that's $59 off what you'd usually pay. But I also want to share with you maybe what you would do with it. So it's April. Say you got the shipment right now. Great. It's coming home to you. You're cooking all the things that you want to cook, maybe putting it on some salad. The next shipment coming to you in July, you've decided we're in the deep summertime. I'm having a pool party outside. I want some street corn. I want my filet mignon. We're going to do some asparagus, some tomatoes. And then the next shipment coming in October, you want some stick to your guts kind of food. You've got these beautiful sandwiches with the cheese, like the hoagies, but you've just loaded it up with filet mignon. And then January, it's still cold outside across the country. Let's do some stew, but we did that maybe with the tips. Yeah. You've got filet mignon medallion, rather tips inside this stew. And then back into April, a beautiful summer salad. So those are just some ideas of how you're gonna use it, reminding you that you're saving $59 every single time. That auto delivery, more than half of you who are placing orders right now are going, you know what, Rach? That auto delivery sounds like a good idea. And by the way, you can cancel auto delivery at any time. If you decide, you know what, I just want the July shipment or the, one shipment or 2 of them. I don't even want all 4. You can cancel. You've gotten that savings every single time. You can actually pull up a shipment. You can actually send a shipment to somewhere else. Say in July when it's supposed to come to you, you're like, I'm going to be down the shore with friends. I'm going to send this to their address because we're having that big banging cookout. You can do that. That's what auto delivery does, and we hold the price. We hold the free shipping and handling. We hold that easy pay. We've had over 7,000